Hello, welcome to the When I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank, and I'll be sitting here talking to you for a few minutes. Today's been very fun for me. As you know, if you're a person who listens to or listens to this, listens to me on a semi-regular basis, you know, from time to time I really get into a video game and play it all the time. Well, there's this game that I've been trying to find for a long time called MechWarrior 5. I've been trying to find it um I'm sorry, on the PS4, because it's a computer game. And so I just gave up looking for it, and I just randomly looked, and it was on it was free on my PS4. I was like, "Oh wow." Cuz I would look for it from time to time. But anyway, the point is I've been playing this game nonstop for like I think 5 days now. Um, it's just really fun. It's basically BattleTech. It was a game I used to play when I was a god from middle school to early 20s. It's just like a miniature board game where you get to pilot a giant robot and you shoot buildings and each other, and it's fun. Anyway, but they made it into a video game, so obviously it's a lot better. It's like more like like a simulator. You actually get to go inside the mech and do stuff. But anyway, now that you're bored, that reminds me of one time me and my friend were at a bar, Joxers. The only bar I go to because Vicky Zale works there, the best looking bartender I've ever seen on the universe. Um, Very beautiful woman. And I've seen some of the pics she's taken on Facebook along years ago, where oh god, she's just hot, and she has nice body parts. I like the way she looks. But anyway, I have to stop talking about her. Um, just really want to put my face into her thighs. But anyway, oh Vicky, um, what was the point of that? Anyway, so me and my friend, we go to Joxers. That's the bar that Vicky works at. Anyway, he has a hard time with women. I don't. I know they're trash, so I just don't talk to them. But wait, what? Well, no, I have no problems, no trouble at all talking to women or talking to anyone. I could talk. I'm not afraid to talk to a stranger or someone I know, whatever. So I'm like, hey man, let's go to the Joxers. We'll get you some practice on interacting with the opposite sex. So we go down. We go down to Joxers. We get a table. Get a table. We just sit at a table that's outside. It's not there's excuse me, this is reserved for these two douchebags. Anyway, we sit down at a table. I'm like, you keep the table warm in case a chick walks by and goes, "Can I sit here?" or "Can I get a chair?" Whatever. You can go, yeah, and start a conversation. So I come back with a pitcher of beer and just two mugs for me and him. And there's how was it? I forgot. Was it four girls talking to him? like two were standing next to him. Uh, One was sitting down and the other one was standing up. I'm sorry. Two were standing next to him. One was sitting down, and then one was standing up, but not next to him. Anyway, so I come back. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? And so I sit down. I'm like, hey, ladies, or something like that. Knowing me, I was like, hey, ladies or women or girls, whatever you want to go by. That's normally what I say. Chicks. What do you guys like to be called? Women, chicks, girls, dames. I always do that. But anyway, I say that. They kind of laugh. And so I'm like, what you guys doing? So they're like, oh, we're just, talking to Ethan. It's so that's the guy I was with. And so I'm like, Ethan, hey, I give him that look like, hey, good job getting the four girls to, interact with you. And so I guess he thinks it's starting to put on a show. And so he goes, hey, Frank, do you remember that time we blew up the Death Star? And all the four girls left immediately. Um, so yeah, that's kind of how that went. And that's when I first realized, not that I ever talked about it, that's when I first realized that Star Wars is not a thing to talk about with chicks. or cool people. But granted, it's never come up. I've never been to a bar and talked about Star Wars. I've never been to a bar and talked about Dungeons and Dragons. I've never. Once again, these things are cool if you do. I mean, I do these things. Granted, I don't do these things. I don't have any friends. But like, like to my left, I have a sketchbook and I make up comic book characters and I have all this particular one I have his powers and stats and all that stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with doing your hobbies. But yeah, when you're at a bar trying to hit on chicks, I don't know, you probably shouldn't talk about blowing up the Death Star or, well, I don't know. I guess you could if you're the right like I could. But once again, I don't have a problem talking. See, if you okay, here's the thing. If you have a problem talking and interacting with people, don't do that. If you have no problem talking and interacting with people, then no subject is off limits. Just talk the way you want to talk. But there's just something about awkward people, and they're whatever. I tend to rant, so I apologize. But anyway, yeah. So I saw this story on. Sorry, I should actually quote the news source, The Hill. Okay, you guys know what The Hill is? Well, The Hill is a news source that I well, I used to get news from all the time actually. But anyway, but it's a reputable news source. I know I sound sarcastic when I say that. It's just that like, is any news source a reputable news source now? But it's so. Once again, if you want to get news, you gotta find out yourself firsthand. Because I don't know what else to say. There's so much you can't trust. Because put it this way, like anything that's extreme, like the news now, or the news that's been going on for the past 2 years to scare people, to keep people inside and all that stuff. Like I don't believe that news. So, God, whatever. But anyway, so like China has I guess a report that the fantasy pandemic was caused by Maine lobsters. So yeah, so the virus that has caused this fantasy pandemic that's going on right now was caused by Maine lobsters, according to a study from China. Yeah. Um. Now here's the thing. They're with all the lying that like the American news does. Who am I to say that this Chinese report isn't true? And that's all I gotta say about it. Because it's like that's how bad the American media is. That it's like, well, who am I to say that if a report that a report another country has on us? Who am I to say that that's made up? Seriously, because that's how much I don't trust the news. Because I mean, I think the reason why I'm like relatively, um, I guess, carefree person because I don't watch the news because I don't get brainwashed by all the made up bullshit. But if China has a story that the current problems going on around the world was caused by Maine lobsters, who am I to say it's not true? Considering I can name countless times CNN has lied to us, or just other news in general. So welcome to clown world. Well, we've been living in clown world, but welcome to the next floor. Anyway, hope you guys have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Peace.